First question is coming from Jason Quick.
Dame, I imagine yesterday was one of your more memorable birthdays. I was wondering what some of your other memorable birthdays were and where this one kind of ranked.
I mean, my family has always, like, you know, done big things for birthday parties. Like, that's always been a big day in my family. I just remember one other time when I was like 9, I was in Arizona with my aunt. And that was one of the only times in my life that I didn't have a birthday party. It was just, you know, went to the mall, bought me a wrestling man. I came back to the house, played video games, but I didn't really have a party. And it was like I was away from home. And, you know, my mom wasn't there. I was just kind of, you know, it was a weird birthday for me. And I think this one was similar to that, except obviously it was more people around that I spend like every day with. So it was definitely weird not being with my family.
All right, next question is coming from Dwight James.
Dame, curious about the basketball side of things. How do you feel about how you've been, where you're at development-wise? Are you ready to play a scrimmage game? Where does all that stand for you?
I mean, I feel good. I've been training for the last few months pretty hard. Obviously, you can't simulate getting up and down and guarding screens, coming off screens, like the physicality and, you know, the up and down competition. So, I mean, obviously that's been like a little bit of a hurdle as far as conditioning and just getting right. But I think because of what I did to prepare for it, it's coming pretty easy. In our last 2 practices, we've been playing some scrimmages that's been, you know, 10 minutes, 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, back to back to back. So everybody's been pretty strong in those scrimmages. So, you know, I feel pretty good.
How do you feel about the team?
I like what our team is doing right now. I think it's obvious that we got a lot more size. I think we'll be a much better rebounding team. And I think we'll be able to protect the paint a lot better, you know, with some of the adjustments that we made, bringing Zach and Nurk back and having Suge in the paint still. You know, I think we'll be able to do a lot of things defensively and rebounding a lot better.
All right, next question is coming from Casey Holdall.
Hi, Damian. Happy birthday. Curious, the message you delivered to the team at your party saying, you know, let's not waste our time out here. Why was that important to you? And can you just talk about kind of that? I don't know if people review it as a sacrifice, but obviously it is because you guys are away from home and you know, this is usually the time of year where you're off. So can you just talk about why you delivered that message and kind of your view of that sacrifice that you guys are making?
I think the sacrifice is, you know, being here given the circumstances of, you know, us being in a pandemic and us not knowing 100%, you know, what could happen in this bubble. I think that's a sacrifice by itself, being away from our families, coming out here for, you know, the entertainment of the NBA fans. Obviously, we make great money to do that, but, you know, your health is the most important thing. And I think that's a major sacrifice that we've all made. And I wanted to share that message with the team just because, you know, I think the easy thing to do would be to come here and, you know, make up an excuse if we haven't played in months. You know, guys haven't played, we rusty, we weren't comfortable, you know, we're not used to playing at this time. It's a lot of, you know, ways out the back door. So I just wanted to make sure that we understood that it's a great opportunity for us, you know, to come out and make a push in the playoffs. Everybody's basically starting from scratch. Everybody's going to be dealing with a little bit of rust, and you know, it's a great opportunity for us. So let's not come out here and take the easy way out, you know, and basically waste a month and a half of our time. You know, let's make the most of it, and you know, do what our team is capable of doing. That's making a run.
Great, thank you. And also, Dame, is there anything in particular you want to speak on? I know that some of you guys have talked about kind of wanting to use these opportunities, and so I guess. Is there anything you'd like to discuss in general, or are you good?
I mean, not really. You know, I think a lot of discussion is still being had. You know, my voice I've echoed the same thing, you know, over the last several months. I would even say several years, going back to 2016. You know, with a song that I put out, I was kind of echoing the same thing, and my message hasn't changed. You know, so there's nothing specific that I would like to say right now, other than, you know, the obvious. You know, racial injustices, the mistreatment of, the black community in a lot of situations, and the police officers who wrongfully broke into Breonna Taylor's house and shot her 8 times, still not been arrested. I think that's the message that is most relevant right now. I know a lot of people was peacefully protesting just yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, and people getting arrested for doing nothing, just for demanding that they, be brought to justice. So other than that, it's not, nothing different than what I've always been saying.
Next question is coming from Sean Hyken.
Hey, Dame. So if you guys do end up making the playoffs, you'll be an 8th seed. And, the last time an 8th seed really made like a deep run was 99, that lockout season. How are you feeling about the Blazers' chances to really, actually go far and, make kind of a run like that?
I think just once we get in, anything can happen. Obviously, the Lakers are a great team, and that's who we'd be playing against. But everybody's coming off a long break. You don't know how people are going to feel. You don't know how they're going to look. It's pretty much starting from scratch. So I know that they're going to have 2 guards who won't be playing, but we got a lot of work to do to get to that point. So, that's something that we'll talk about when we get there.
Next question is coming from Brooke Olzendam.
Hey, Dame. I'm just coming off an NBA broadcast meeting, so it's kind of fresh on my mind. Have you guys talked at all about not playing in front of fans, or is that something that we're kind of more obsessed with talking about than you are?
We've had the conversation in private, just some of the guys on the team. But I think that's the least of our concerns right now. Obviously, fans are a huge part of the game. They bring a lot of energy to the game, and that's where, they create a lot of the passion that comes out of players, the energy in the building. So that'll be missing, and that's a big part of our game. But we came here knowing that it wouldn't be fans. So I come from a small university. Me and CJ talked about it. He comes from a small university. So we used to playing in pretty empty gyms. And even though we've, had pretty long NBA careers of playing in front of 15 to 20,000 people, I don't think it'll be anything that we haven't seen before.
Thanks, Dame. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Next question is coming from Matt Cohen.
So I wanted to follow up on the birthday celebration questions.
I hear you.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Barely.
That's been. I don't. Let me know if you can hear me at all. I'm working on the microphone.
Better now.
You can better now. Okay. I apologize. I wanted to ask about the birthday celebration a little more. I guess just what was that like for you to have your teammates kind of help you celebrate in such a weird environment? And what was that whole day like for you?
I wouldn't even call it a weird environment. It just wasn't, a typical birthday for me. I was in the room. We were sitting by the pool early yesterday, me, Melo, Nas, Jalen, CJ. A lot of us is down there kind of eating and just talking about the pool. And I walked away from the pool where everybody's saying, we're going to meet later downstairs in the restaurant. We're going to basically have dinner together. I didn't know something was planned. So I went back to the room and I fell asleep, and CJ was calling me at like 7 o'clock, like, where you at? And he FaceTimed me. So when I picked up the phone, I kind of saw in the background there was balloons and stuff. And he was like laughing, like, get down here. Everybody waiting on you. And I just got up and walked downstairs and everybody was down there. So, it was a surprise to me.
All right, another question from Jason Quick.
Dame, more on your message about not wasting time. You've said that to us before in the media. Was last night the first time you delivered that message to the team?
As a team, we've talked about, how we're going to have to hit the ground running. We got to come out aggressive, don't ease our way in, and, treat it like the beginning of the season because, it's 74 less games than, what we would typically have after a training camp and after this much of a break. So we've talked about, coming in right away, locked in and, ready to play. But we haven't addressed it in that way, like let's, seriously, let's not come out here and just take this for granted and, just let's see how it goes. Let's come out here, be aggressive, try to put our best foot forward and live with whatever the result is. But, at least have the effort and the, have your mind in the right place so we could do that. And that was my reason for saying it. If we come out here loose and just, let's see how it goes and, not really determined, then, you're setting yourself up for failure. So, I just wanted to try to make that as clear as possible.
And so far, what has been your impressions on how the team has handled that?
I mean, I probably didn't even have to say that. I just chose to. I wanted to make it plain. I guess to say it out loud because the way we practice and the energy of the team has been like that's what our mentality is. We're here to get something done, not just show up and all right, we showed up and we played. We're here to actually be productive, and that's what our practices and our coach practice shoot, and that's what that says. How our team feels and the way it looks to me is like we're here for business.
Okay, next question is coming from Jamie Hudson.
Hey Dame, so your new song drops tonight. I saw you posted about it. It's about family and friends. So what else can you tell us about Home Team and what does this song mean to you?
Home Team is one of my favorite songs that I've written. And it's just about my family. Just how, that's what I'm most invested in right now. It's not creating the fortune for myself to have to take care of people. It's, holding my family accountable to, figure out what it is they want to do, what type of career they want to have, what they want to do so I can sponsor that, and try to help them move into a better direction of what they want to do. So the video is just kind of highlighting that, is, showing each individual that's in my circle of friends and family and what they're doing. Like one of my closest friends is the head coach at Cleveland High School. And he's in the video. And then my brother trains all the top players in Oregon, pretty much all the top football players, and it's him training his kids. One of my cousins is has his own chef company. It's him cooking in the video, and then my fiance owns a nail salon, and it's all of those things is just kind of like everything that my family is bringing to life. And then it's also highlighting the fact that a lot of the people that are around me or that you see me with are people who've been around since I was a kid. They literally are my best friends from childhood or real family members, not just an entourage of people that's around because I'm an NBA player or, hanger-on type people. And I feel like it's important to show that, because I think people see, I got a lot of cousins and I got a lot of people with me and they look at it as an entourage, and it's not that. I want to highlight the fact that they all are college graduates and they all work for themselves. And another one of my cousins has a handyman service. So the video, you'll see it highlights all those things. They're doing what their job is in the video. And then it's a lot of flashback pictures to when we were kids to show like, these are the same people. These aren't new people that just came along when success happens. So it's not an entourage. And that's pretty much what the song is about.
All right, final question is coming from Eric Gunderson.
Dame, happy birthday, by the way. But Carmelo's playing the 3, and I feel like that's been met with a little bit of snark from people about his defense and, him playing down a position. And we've seen some videos of him playing defense. But what do you think about that defensively? And do you think that maybe that snarking kind of stuff is a little overblown about what he can do on that other end? Because it feels like it's been a narrative about him that he can be, taken advantage of.
I mean, for one, Melo's a really smart defender. So it's not always about, he's getting older or he's not athletic or any of those things. He's smart. He knows personnel. He plays angles well. He recognizes actions that's coming at him. So I think that'll be on his side. I think the 3 is his natural position. So he'll he'll be able to navigate that pretty easy. But I think the biggest thing is, you know, even if there is somebody on the perimeter that could give him trouble, I think the fact that we're getting 2 7-footers back, and one is always going to be at the rim, that can cover up for that. You know, I think we've made some adjustments with our size that we'll have coming into this restart that'll really help our team. So, I mean, it's not the way practice has looked, like I said, he's been guarding the 3. He's been chasing Rio and GT and CJ and myself. He's been switching and guarding all of us, and he's taking the challenge. And I think that's the most important thing. But what we've kind of added with our bigs coming back will be really helpful too.
Cool. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Dame.